What's up, chat? What's up, Mindrin? I see you in the back. Give me a second, buddy. How's it going, chat? How's it going, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is not a Blood Sports open panel. It is an open panel. Anyone can come up, but we're not doing the thing. I am going to be giving my takes today. How we're going to do this stream is it's going to be starting off with I'm going to go through with, Bob Hendrickson. I've never seen that person before. So we'll see about him. But two people in the back. We're going to go through some of the Trump executive orders. We're going to go through what he has passed so far, and we're going to give our takes on it. All right? So let's do this. I know Mindrin's good. What's up, Mindrin?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, Bob's the guy that I invited. He's like a super Christian or whatever.
Oh, okay. So Bob's good then.
Okay.
No man is good.
Okay. What's up, Bob? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you, man?
I am good.
Nice. Good to hear.
Bob,
Good to hear.
I need you to mute yourself in the Discord call. You're echoing.
You guys did a planned attack. I'm joking.
No, we're in a different server with other people.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, are you guys ready?
I'm ready. And also, I don't mean this call, Bob. I mean like in Discord. You need to mute yourself.
All right. Yes.
Damn, are we all we got? There's everybody else.
Yeah, this is not like an open panel blood sports. This is
Yeah, I
just
would
a
have figured
stream.
more.
Yeah,
Figured more people would have like joined though.
I would figure more people would have joined as well, right?
Is there going to be like a discussion on here?
Yes.
All right. Interesting.
Yes. But first, we're gonna go through Trump executive orders. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
One by one. Let's do the federal workforce. Right. Freeze federal hiring except for members of the military or positions related to immigration enforcement, national security, or public safety. Any thoughts on that, boys?
What are the ramifications for that? What's it gonna do?
He did pretty much, if it's not military or immigration enforcement like ICE and stuff like that, pretty much there's going to be a complete freeze on federal hiring. So they're not going to hire any more federal employees.
Dang, that's actually pretty far reaching. I don't know about that one.
I know.
Sounds kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Restore a. Oh, go ahead.
God. No, I mean, I was going to say that this needs to be a more gradiential thing, maybe like a decrease, but not a complete halt. Like, wow.
Yeah. The next up, and this is just in the federal workforce, right? So next up is restore a category of federal workers known as Schedule F, which would lack the same job protections enjoyed by career civil servants.
So, like temporary workers?
Pretty much. It sounds like they're creating temporary federal workers.
That could potentially be good for people who are like younger. I think it's promising. But I also think that it might ward a lot of people off that are older. So you may have more unskilled workers in government because of this. But I think it's better that way because it gets like younger people used to participation in government, which would encourage them to care about the democratic process.
Right, absolutely. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that there's obviously it's a new category. They're not getting rid of the old categories. It's just yeah. So next one is halt new federal rules from going into effect before Trump administration appointees can review them. Damn. Okay.
That's big. I mean, that's like some dictatorship shit. The commies aren't lying. I mean, it's probably not a bad thing either. I kind of fuck with it.
It's not. It's power politics is all it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Review the investigative actions of the Biden administration to correct past misconduct by the federal government related to the weaponization of law enforcement and the weaponization of intelligence communities.
Yeah, that's important. But like, who's going to be doing it?
I guess maybe the new category, Schedule F.
Yeah, but then again, Schedule F can't be trusted. I wouldn't reckon.
Right. Dude, he passed so many on first day. This is insane.
Yeah, it's like a complete restructuring of the entire executive branch. It's crazy.
It's insane. Grant top secret security clearances to the White House staff without going through traditional vetting procedures. What the fuck?
Um, I don't even know what to say about that one. Wait, just run that by me one more time. I'm kind of flashbang.
Grant top secret security clearances to White House staff without going through traditional vetting procedures.
Yeah, but that's only going to be done in like selective cases where the president like confirms it. I would imagine.
So he's basically saying, I trust this guy. You do not have to run the typical background checks and all of that on this individual. That's basically what he's saying.
Sounds like a build-up for oligarchy, but I mean,
Yeah.
not like the worst thing in the world.
This is a big one. End remote work policies and other federal workers back to the office full time. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's big and that's good.
That's good, yeah, because a lot of federal employees have been working from home still, which is insanity.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been.
All right, here's we're getting to the meat now. We're gonna go on the immigration and the border. All right. Bar asylum for people newly arriving at the southern border. Just boom, first one off the rip.
So like even the legal ones.
Yes, bar asylum
That's
completely.
awesome. That's amazing. Dude,
Right.
this is
The
based.
next one is even also a big hitting one. Dude. Move to end birthright citizenship, which is guaranteed by the 14th Amendment for the children of the undocumented immigrants. The president cannot change the Constitution on his own, so it is not clear. It is not yet clear how Mr. Trump plans to withhold the benefits of citizenship to a group of people. Oh, this is so fake and gay. I love the New York Times so much, dude.
Oh, I mean, I know exactly how it's going to go. The
Yeah,
executive branch holds all the power whenever it comes to deportations, so they're just going to continue doing it without the approval of the legislative or the judicial.
exactly. All right, next one up. So, suspend the refugee admissions program until such time as the further entry into the United States of refugees aligns with the interests of the United States.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. This is insane.
Yeah, like nothing to say about that. I approve.
Yeah. Declare migrant crossings along the U.S. Mexico border to be a national emergency, allowing Mr. Trump to unilaterally unlock federal funding for border wall construction without approval from Congress for stricter enforcement efforts. He
Bro's,
learned and he adapted.
bro is exploiting. He's using exploits.
He's using exploits, yes. This is crazy. Resume a policy requiring people seeking asylum to wait in Mexico while an immigration judge considers their case. So he's bringing back wait in Mexico. Consider
Yeah, that's better.
consider designating cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, extremely based.
That's good. And that means that there's a chance that we could actually wind up invading Mexico and dealing with it.
Yeah. So here's gender and diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Right? Here we go. Terminate DEI programs across the federal government.
Let's go.
Recognize two sexes, male and female.
Let's fucking go. Okay, but that only applies to government institutions, which includes public schools, Bumpkin. I like it.
It does.
Yeah.
Remove protections for transgender people in federal prisons.
Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I like it. I like it. I'm just gonna say I like it.
I'm loving the first day energy, bro.
What
This is
the
crazy.
fuck?
This is crazy. Tariffs and trade. Direct federal agencies to begin an investigation into trade practices, including persistent trade deficits and unfair currency practices, as well as examine flows of migrants and drugs from Canada, China, and Mexico to the United States.
Mm.
What's up, midlife?
Yo, I'm on my phone. If
What's up, buddy?
is the quality okay?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Are you a prison guard, Bumpkin? Can I ask that?
I work in a county jail. Yes, I'm a CO.
So you talked about the transsexuals in jail. I mean, are dudes getting raped in your prison? Like, I'm totally against that, FYI. Like, I don't understand how men are still getting raped in prison in 2025. It's like insane. Like,
there's PREA and policy to stop that from happening, but it's like one of those things where it's like, it's probably gonna happen. Sadly, I don't know.
it's
like-
insane. It's crazy. With cameras and this and that, it just seems like it seems like we have to put a camera everywhere in a jail, and then I guess ship the jobs overseas to India to have people watch the cameras and call if someone's getting raped. Like it seems like it could be fixed, and we should. I don't know. I'm just against man rape. It's just crazy. Unless it's someone who did something to me, then they should fuck off and die and get raped. But this whole like transsexuals in prison, like, yeah, it's kind of bad when there's a trans woman, which means they have a penis. Recently, or past couple of years ago, went to prison, like impregnated a couple women. Like that shit is crazy. But conversely, like if I was a trans or a trans whatever the other way, I mean, bro, they would get like completely gang raped, don't you think? Like a dude who looks like a chick would totally get gang raped.
There's precautions set in most jails by the actually in all jails by the DOC. That, I mean, the best that you can do is create policies to stop it from happening. That's it. That's the best that you can do. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're criminals, and some of them are rapists, and it's terrible and it's horrendous. But like, it happens, and all you can do is, I guess, remove the person from the environment and ad-seg them or put them somewhere else. That's all you can really do, and then punish the person that did it.
But didn't you just read that they're going to do away with that or something?
Yeah, they're going to do away with a biological man saying I'm a woman and going to a woman jail or the woman section of the jail or prison, and vice versa on the other way.
Yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I mean,
and honestly, in those situations where like they would probably be more victimized where they would go anyways, or victimize other people. Like, we live in a harsh world. It sucks, but I don't know, don't commit crimes.
Okay.
I'm of the perspective that the whole transgender protections in prison thing going away is actually better for society because, I mean, no, it's actually multi-pronged. For one, it prevents people who are transgender from committing as much crime, and for two, it causes less people to want to be transgender once they're in prison. So, I mean, I think there's in and of itself, there's also other policies that are dropping at the same time, such as the thing with that could apply to public schools earlier, the federal acknowledgement of only two sexes. I think that this is going to discourage the growth of these identities and create a diminishing effect of the health crisis that's been going on in the United States because of it. So, I mean, I'm just thinking about the strict ramifications of what this can cause.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it could somehow in the end stop convincing people that they're trans, but some people really are trans. I mean, that's a thing. Like even before the last 100 years or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it is bizarre. It's out of control. Obviously, drag time story hour is a bad thing, but I just can't imagine some dude that looks like a chick going to jail and just getting fucking raped like again and again and again. It sounds crazy, but anyways. That's all.
Dudes that don't even that aren't even trans, they just look feminine and go to jail and they get raped.
That's awful.
It's awful. It's an awful thing that happens. Yeah. But all we, like I said, all we can do is, create policies and try to prevent it. But to completely eliminate it 100%, I mean,
Maybe they
that's
should have like chastity belts.
everyone wear a chastity belt.
Maybe if you want to, optional.
But then we're talking about taking away freedoms, bro.
Well, I'm just
They,
saying, dude. I
yep,
mean, booty holes matter.
right.
Anyways,
All right, where was I? Oh yeah. Excess China's compliance with a trade deal Mr. Trump signed in 2020, as well as United States Mexico Canada agreement, which Trump signed in 2020 to replace the North American Free Trade Agreement.
Wait, could
So
you run
he's,
that by me one more time?
yeah, excess assess China's compliance with a trade deal Mr. Trump signed in 2020, as well as the United States Mexico Canada agreement, which Trump signed in 2020 to replace the North American Free Trade Agreement.
Okay, well, that could mean like a lot of things.
It
I guess
could.
I don't really truly understand the ramifications for that yet. I'd have to read it.
And there's not even any link on it either. So some of these there's like a link to what it would actually mean, but that one doesn't have any. Order the government to assess the feasibility of creating an external revenue service to collect tariffs and duties. Based.
Yeah, that's based.
Yeah. Carry out a full review of the U.S. industrial and manufacturing base to assess whether further national security related tariffs are warranted. Based.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the energy and environment, and me and Mindred are probably not going to like this part because he is a conservative. All right, withdraw the United States from the Paris Agreement, the pact among almost all nations to fight climate change.
Not very based. I mean, for obvious reasons, because we are still one of the bigger producers of carbon footprint in the world. We are still affecting the environment more so than like Europe, for instance. We're still affecting the environment more than like Africa. We're definitely not doing anywhere near as big of an impact as like India or China, but like we shouldn't be. And we shouldn't increase the impact that we have in a negative sense. I mean I understand the economic need for using the natural resources that we have at our disposal here in the United States. But there needs to be a development of an alternative over time. And if he can't do that, then he's fucking us. He's fucking our future generations.
Right. Next up, declare a national energy emergency, a first in U.S. history, which could unlock new powers to suspend certain environmental rules or expedite permitting of certain mining projects.
Yeah.
So he is giving the executive power more power. Attempt to reverse Mr. Biden's ban on offshore drilling for 625 million acres of federal waters.
Mm.
Be, begin the repeal of Biden era regulations on tailpipe pollution from cars and light trucks, which have encouraged automakers to manufacture more electric vehicles. Roll back energy efficiency regulations for dishwashers, shower heads, and gas stoves. Open the Alaska wilderness to more oil and gas drilling.
Oh no. This is so cursed.
Restart reviews of new export terminals for liquefied natural gas, something that Biden administration had paused. Halt the leasing of federal waters for offshore wind farms. Eliminate environmental justice programs across the government which are aimed at protecting poor communities from excess pollution. Reveal all federal regulations that impose an undue burden on the development or use of a variety of energy sources, particularly coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear power, hydrogen power, and biofuels. All right. That's all the environmental ones. Any opinions That last one might make me think that we might be trying to transition to nuclear power and hydropower. Maybe
That would be based if we
that would
did.
be based. If we use the oil that we have now and then we use it to transition into nuclear power or hydro power, I'm okay with that. Right?
Yeah,
Because you have to start from somewhere. You have to have some energy to get to the next energy source. But if we don't do that, we are just fucking the next generation like every other generation before us.
yeah. It's only going to get worse from here if that's the standard.
Yeah. All right. Here's this one. TikTok ban, consult federal agencies on any national security risk posed by the social media platform, then pursue a resolution that protects national security while saving a platform used by 170 million Americans. Mr. Trump ordered his attorney general not to enforce a law that banned the site for 75 days to give the Trump administration an opportunity to determine the appropriate course forward. So he basically halted the TikTok ban so America and whatever company, an American company and the Chinese or not Chinese company can duly own TikTok. That's
Yeah,
his. That's what he envisions. Which honestly, that just the TikTok ban alone, that he got a lot of support from the younger generation.
I saw that.
It was insane. Here's some other category. He withdrew from the World Health Organization. Based.
Okay, that's good.
He renamed Mount Denali and the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that. It's now the Gulf of America and Mount McKinley again.
Yep. Ensure that states carrying out the death penalty have a sufficient supply of lethal injection drugs.
Very nice, very nice.
Fly the American flag at full staff on Monday and on future inauguration days. So that's about that flags were being flown at half because of Martin Luther King Day
Dude, the
during
blacks
the
are gonna hate him.
inauguration.
The blacks are gonna fucking hate him, Bumpkin. This is crazy. I mean, no, actually, for some reason, the approval rating for blacks is like higher than any other president I've seen, which is
Yes.
fucking ridiculous. I don't know how the fuck he managed to pull that up. Maybe it's like maybe it's the fuck around, find out in the federal income tax thing, because they like dealing drugs.
Implement the Department of Government Efficiency, the Elon Musk led cutting initiative. So he created the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, but that's mainly just an advisory board.
Mm-hmm. Revoke security clearances for 51 signers of a letter suggesting that the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop could be Russian disinformation. That's the last one. So that was all of his current executive orders. Immigration based. The immigration policies based as fuck going forward.
Unfathomably based.
Unfathomably based. And I can confirm, because I work in the law enforcement sphere, that ICE is doing a lot of work right now and mobilizing. I bump.
And I live in East Texas. I see it everywhere, dude. Like if I go outside, I see it.
So my question to everyone: am I good, by the way? Can you guys hear me?
You're a little laggy. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know if it's me.
It's me. It's me. It's me. You know what's crazy? I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm straight lined into the fucking router, so I don't know what's going on right now. Can
Um,
any?
I I mean it may be something having to do with what was it called, packet loss, maybe packet losing.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's like way better. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right. So immigration, the border, based, trade based,
Very
Um,
based.
environmental,
Unbased. Like unbased, but
unbased.
with like a silver lining.
Yeah. Does anyone have any opinions on any of the executive orders?
Bob, midlife.
I was doing something here. The flag and all this stuff. I mean, it's all these symbolic gestures and whatever. It's good not to. I don't know if you covered that. He's not going to fly the rainbow flag anymore. I mean, that's fucking
Oh
crazy
yeah,
that
yeah.
we
That
do
one was
that.
also based.
But like
You
this
can't.
half mast and this and that, whatever. I guess the others, the environmental stuff, is that the executive orders too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that all just boils down to, well, if there's no accident and they don't fucking spill oil everywhere, or there's a nuclear meltdown, then it was the right decision. And it's just a roll of the dice. If Exxon Valdez happens, if British Petroleum, a Gulf of Mexico oil spill happens, if 3 Mile Island or Chernobyl melts down in America, then it was the wrong choice. It's a bit of a risk. And of course, I like the outdoors, even though I've been living in the city for quite some time. But I don't know. I mean, I'm happy that Trump is here. I think he's making a lot of awesome decisions overall. So I don't know. How's that? That's what I got.
I mean, I'm going to tell you as a matter of fact, Chernobyl is not going to happen again. The reason why Chernobyl happened is because like there were 10 fail-safes that all fucked up at the same time because the manager of the plant was completely incompetent. With our current technology, we've only increased the amount of those fail-safes and only made it less likely for anything like that to happen. And now we have hiring practices in these nuclear reactors because of this
True.
incident. And now, so it's never going to happen again. You're never going to
Get
see
some
Chernobyl again.
coffee. Keep talking.
I mean, that's what you say, but Titanic was an unsinkable ship, right? And they've had ships for like thousands of years. And then
Yeah,
the Titanic sunk. It's like, yeah, I know. Okay, it's safer than it was. Let's hope so.
we
But
already had our Titanic. Like we already had Titanic. That was Ukraine. Now we have standards in our shipbuilding in this parallel, so it's fine. I don't see the issue.
you don't see that, like really, you're just going to pretend like nothing bad can ever happen. I mean, that's crazy.
No, I'm not pretending like nothing bad can ever happen. I'm saying that the likelihood of it happening is so marginal at this point due to the increase in safety standards that it's at this point it's safer than even the existing nuclear bombs that we have in our silos.
Well, I don't know how that works, but yeah, I would hope that it's safer. Time will tell. And let's hope that Chernobyl doesn't happen again. Let's hope 3 Mile Island doesn't happen again, even though nothing really happened. It was almost happened. And that's where we're at. I mean, I used to swim in Lake Anna all the time. That's right next to a power plant. So I guess by that measure, I guess I'm okay with it. But it's still always on the mind. And then you have to somehow dispose of the used plutonium rods or whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a nuclear physicist.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the future, right? It's a shame that solar power is not more quote unquote powerful. It's a shame that wind turbines, when they first came out, seemed like they were going to be the fucking answer, but it looks like they're not. I guess they just don't create as much power as we would like.
Well, the problem isn't the power yield. The problem is that they cost a lot to make. Because there's a lot of precious metals that go into the creation of like a wind turbine, whereas a nuclear reactor, the things that compose the nuclear reactor, the fuel lasts for a very long time. You don't have to exchange the rods for a very long time. The metal that outlines the actual reactor and keeps it stable, you don't have to replace that for pretty much forever. It's a very low cost per yield venture, whereas winds, you're constantly having to maintain the wind turbine, and you're going to have to create a lot of them, otherwise the yield isn't going to be optimal. It has the potential to be better than nuclear if we actually did that, but the problem is we don't have we don't have unlimited platinum group metals to just draw from and put into our fucking wind turbines. So we're fucked on that end. We're just gonna have to go nuclear. That's good. It's awesome.
mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. It's an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely gotten more exciting since the fucking 2010s. Uh, yeah, back then I was like, nothing ever happens, and now I'm like, wait, something might be happening.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows what the future will hold? Maybe some new technology will come out that we never even saw. I mean, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Anything's possible, I suppose. But
Yep.
um,
All we can do is act from what we think our constraints are, and then once we learn that the constraints can be pushed back, they will be. So yeah, for now, super optimistic about what we have.
yeah. What else has he got?
Bumpkin's out of the room right now. He said he's gonna go like refill his coffee. Bob, are you here?
I am.
Yeah, what's up, Bob? You haven't been speaking very much, like at all.
Yeah, it's I'm from the Netherlands, so I don't really have so much to say about America.
Yeah, but the whole environment energy thing that's like your field of interest, isn't it? Being an agriculturalist.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys were talking about nuclear energy. I mean, that's not agriculture, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm very pro nuclear stuff. I mean, I don't really. I think that the wind stuff is very retarded because it's very inconsistent. And what Mindred said, it's very. It requires a lot of material. Nuclear is just perfect. What France is doing, I think that the whole world needs to start doing that. France is like building a ton of nuclear reactors. I think that there'll be more than 50% on of their country will be on nuclear energy.
Yeah, we just need to prevent DEI hiring practices from ever allowing those nuclear reactors to be staffed with complete fucking retards.
Oh yeah,
And that's the
for
goal.
sure. But I mean, if you would like theoretically, if you would just optimize a nuclear reactor, I mean, nothing really can go wrong. I mean, these things, are so safe right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are very.
like Fukushima. What do you? Fukushima is recent. Like, hello,
I mean,
you
Fukushima.
must at
Fukushima.
least consider that. Like, something happened at Fukushima, whatever it was, a typhoon, and then there's
It
a
was a
problem.
tsunami. It
Sure,
was a
whatever.
tsunami, and we're not going to have tsunamis on the large majority of our nuclear reactors because we don't build them right next to the ocean, you know. And even then, we probably have even developed countermeasures to that. I mean, at this point, let me actually. I mean, I could actually check. I mean, not right now. I'll research it later. But we have in at least the nuclear energy sector, we have made it as safe as we possibly can.
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, in France, it's in the middle of land. There's no sea near France.
Mhm.
There's not really going to be a tsunami. France is a very stable place. There are no hurricanes. There are no stuff like that. Hard winds sometimes. It's a very stable place. And there are many countries that have very stable places.
For sure, for sure. I truly believe nuclear energy will bring us to the stars. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes.
Like just the amount of just raw power that nuclear energy gives us.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, I mean, it don't really require maintenance. It's just perfect. I mean, these wind power is just so retarded, and same with solar power because the materials that are required for it just doesn't pay back for what you get.
Yeah, the only reason why environmentalists argue for wind power is because they think the wind feels natural and stuff, bro. Like they're like basically vibing. You know, they're like the kind of people you'd find like walking around in the mall, like picking up crystals.
It's not vibing at all because I live in the Netherlands and there are a lot of these wind things, and if if you know what kind of sound these things make, it's insane. It's not funny.
Well, yeah, But it's vibing from the perspective of someone who's never actually seen them.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean those things. And I mean, if you're environmentalist, if you just see how many birds get killed with those things, if you really care about animals and stuff that much, I guess. Yeah, but it's not fun and it's very stupid because you can't live near them. People literally get like sick in their mind from the sound of them. It's insane how loud they are.
Yeah, they're insane. It takes oil, petroleum, to literally keep them lubricated. It is a terrible idea, and all the wind hippies should be forced to lubricate them with oil every single day. I'm sorry, they should be. They should
And
be forced
100
to do that.
whiplashes.
Yes, flog them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the wind hippies need to be lubricated with oil and then put in prison. They're all LGBT anyways.
That's crazy, bro. Why would you say that? Why would
Oh,
you say
I
that?
don't mean that. I'm just vibing after all.
I mean, I
Jesus.
actually agree with what he said. I do think that they should go to prison because they're pedophiles, and pedophiles don't deserve a life.
Hey, yo, this is a podcast, bro. Calm down.
Yo,
Wait a
what's
second.
going on in the Netherlands, bro?
Wait a
What's
second.
going?
Wait a second. I'm sorry. I forgot that this is a decent place for decent people.
This is a YouTube podcast, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We are currently
I actually
live.
didn't know that. I'm sorry. I actually didn't know that. I
You're
was
cool.
just the people in the Netherlands. We are very direct. So yeah.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. So, what do we think? So, do we think populism is going to save the U.S.? Do you think? Do you think that Trump's going to become fake and gay halfway through?
I do have an opinion on this.
Go
I
ahead.
think that in the short term, what Trump's doing is going to be beneficial. In the long term, I am less optimistic because I think that there needs to be a transition from direct meritocracy to an understanding of human potential and a reformation of the education system. And I think that like attempting to abolish certain standards set into the public education system is not the way to go about it. I think that the goal should be to reform them and make them serve the interests of the future generations. Where right now it's not doing that. It's just like appealing to the voters who just want like God put back in their schools, which is whatever. They're more than free to like have that section of school to be like a choice, but I don't think that it's optimal for us to do away with actual useful education is so as to appeal to these people. I don't know.
I think he's just going to blow his load right here in the beginning. I think this is as good as it gets. I don't think he's going to become fake and gay, but he's going to push the limit as far as he can, try to get done what he can, and then hopefully we get something out of it. And we'll see. It's going to be court case after court case. Anytime he tries to do something good, someone's got to come behind him and fight it. Be like, no, that makes too much sense. We can't have that. And just waste time. And muddy up everything and just bring it back to where it was, which is the same old, same old. But that's what I think. Yo, I got to go. Fucking Pumpkin and the rest of y'all, party on. Trump 2025. Let's stay positive. This is still a win. The win as they stay on Instagram. And I forgot that. Peace out, homies.
2028.
Yeah, for real, bro. Trump 2029. Take care, bro.
Trump 2029. Absolutely. Peace.
May our Lord bless you, brother.
Do we think this pop? You think? My opinion on Trump has always been like Trump is not the the savior of the West, right? I just feel like he's a step in the proper direction, right? I think he has successfully opened up that populism to the American people, and we're eating it up like it's candy, man.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think this is going to inspire future candidates, but I don't know if one of those candidates is actually going to come in 2029 that isn't Trump. That's the issue. I don't know how much optimism I should have about that.
That's true. Did I just hear in your background?
Yeah, that's my phone. Like I have that set to my notification sound.
That's
So, you know, I have something pretty interesting to tell. And the first time that Trump was getting elected, what year was that? Well, the first time he like,
2016.
all right. So in that year, I was in elementary school. I'm 18 right now. And I think I was like in fifth grade or something like that. And we, for like months, had to do like workshop that were very anti-Trump, and this is not a joke. So there were like posters that we had to make that were anti-Trump. There were compilations that tried to um, like shame Trump that we watched. Our teachers were constantly speaking about how bad Trump was. There were even video games that we were playing that we had to play that were anti-Trump. So
That's
I think
fucking
it's
crazy.
yeah, it is
Oh,
crazy. And the craziest part about this is I live in the Netherlands. This is a country on the other side of the world from the perspective of America. So it shows how corrupted the government is and how much they don't want Trump. And that's exactly why I want Trump. Because if they don't want Trump that much, it means Trump is doing something good.
it's always crazy to me that like other countries, especially other Europe, especially European countries, would have their fifth graders workshop why Trump is terrible.
Yes.
If that's like a mind-boggling concept to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we also had to make arguments on why Trump was bad, and this was actually school. We had to do this. If you don't do this, then they're just gonna put you on uh, not there. That you weren't in school if you don't follow the instructions. We had to make arguments about how bad Trump is and why
Could there
he's
at
bad.
least be like people that were like people that are saying he's good, or it had to be why he's bad?
I mean, I was also brainwashed. Everyone was against him. I'm going to be honest. I was retarded and little. At that time, I was in grade five, and I just didn't know anything about politics. I just believed all the lies that they were telling, and everyone was against him. No one was, doubting that he was doing something good. And so pro Obama, by the way, too. Obama was like seen as a god always. We had to see Obama like a god, like a Lord and Savior.
dude, it's the same thing here in the United States. We worship successful blacks.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even six, and he isn't even really black. Do you know that he is actually Iranian? He's a terrorist.
I don't know about saying all Iranians are terrorists.
He is.
Dude, it's
He
always the
murdered like 1 million
Europeans. It's
people in the Middle East. His own origin. He started murdering. That's what kind of a
Yes, they used
traitorous
to call
rat he
him the
is.
bomber in chief. He at one time drone strikes entire children's hospital. Yes, that did happen. You can look it up.
Yes,
Let's
that's what I'm
go.
saying.
Let's
Like
fucking
an
go.
entire children's hospital, he just drone striked it, bro. It was
and his and
insane.
his big fat black radical wife also trying to dictate what people are going to eat in America. While she's so fat, she's trying to say, "Oh, don't eat this, don't eat that." Meanwhile, she's eating everything that is in front of her.
Yeah,
Dude, that
I heard that Obama's getting a divorce and his wife is like, and he's like going to date some like washed up actress.
yeah,
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
and the actress is white. Um,
Yep.
God, America, man. This place sometimes. I think the populism is going to be good. I think it's going to put us in the proper direction. Um, I'm just worried about it being subverted. I feel like after Trump's gone, the subversion is really going to take effect.
Yeah, you're probably 100% right about that, and that's why it needs to be proactively done away with through some kind of I don't know, some kind of effort. I think Trump needs to find potential candidates for the president ahead of time and like endorse them heavily during his candidacy or during his presidency is what I meant to say. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the only way.
Well, any other topics we want to talk about?
Have you seen this fucking Jewish comedian that tried to ask Patriot Front questions?
Let me think. No, I haven't actually.
Let's see if I can find the video. It might be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, though it is interesting how Trump is very pro-Jewish too. You know, pro-Israel.
Yeah,
Just-
it's very terrible.
Yeah. But I mean, I would rather have pro-Jews than pro-Hamas, to be honest, or pro-Islam. At least
Yeah.
I'm not going to get publicly executed for being a Christian.
Come on, man. Where is this video? It's very funny, dude. It's very funny. Also, I just want to say for all of the conservatives out there that watch this content, I know a lot of people watch it in post. If you unironically think Patriot Front are feds, then you should leave the entire movement and watch Fox News. Do not be in the dissident sphere. If you actually unironically think that they are federally owned and operated, you are the biggest retard. I've never understood that argument or line of thought, bro. What's up,
I
Jay?
think they're pretty impotent, though.
God save Israel. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing
God
all
save
right.
Israel.
Well, they're our greatest ally.
Let's get him the fuck up out of here. Starting off strong, are we?
Well, don't you know we all gotta kiss the wall eventually?
Has Trump kissed the wall?
No, but
this regime?
he did in the first one. Why do you have to do it every time you're president?
I believe so.
You gotta re-up your membership?
I think
He hasn't kissed the wall yet.
Damn, you gotta renew your membership?
Yeah, you gotta renew your.
I thought he did already.
I mean, he did the first term. He didn't the second term yet.
This is not.
That's what I'm
blood
saying. You gotta
sports.
renew your membership.
Yeah, you gotta renew your membership. Yeah, it's you get.
Goddamn.
You get a new Yiddish inscription in the back of your skull every time you to renew it. It goes out of date. Zach, you are welcome to come up on the panel. It is not blood sports, but definitely we can debate for sure. I was not. I'm trying to see Jay back on. He's on. He jumps up. He jumps up occasionally. Very nice.
Who does?
Jay, you Jay.
No, of course I come up.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this video, man. I'm trying to find this fucking video. There we go. Oh,
Hey, did you guys talk about DeepSeek?
did
Not yet.
not. You can change that topic. Let's talk about DeepSeek.
Listen, from what I understand is that DeepSeek is a Chinese company. Because Juan and I were talking about this earlier today. They're a Chinese company. They basically formulated the Chinese version of ChatGPT, except it's cheaper and it's supposedly more efficient. And a lot of people have been quoting on how efficient it is. And they used outdated NVIDIA semiconductors to create this AI. That's apparently cheaper and more efficient.
What's more, it
So-
gets even better. The best part about
Uh-huh.
this is it's entirely and completely open source, which means companies can use it now and expound upon their own understanding of this technology and make it even better. So, yeah, it's basically going to revolutionize or create a new starting position for AI. I would say even.
How the fuck did the Chinese leapfrog us in AI?
I don't have any fucking clue, dude. They just randomly. Apparently, it was thrown together with like $500,000 or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just when we think China's about to fucking collapse because their economy is dog shit, they out of nowhere pull a ace out the sleeve and leapfrog us in AI. Like, how the fuck does that even happen? This came out of nowhere and it's much cheaper. I don't know, man. This just seems really weird. This is really fishy. Something that's cheaper and more efficient
Yeah,
and costs less
scalable.
in a shorter amount of time.
It's scalable as well, from what I've heard. So I don't know, dude. There's probably something a little weird going on about it, but because it's open source, it can be inspected to some degree. But you got to understand AI is a black box. Like there's a lot in like AI training that we don't completely understand the algorithms behind. So
Has anyone used it yet?
I have used it. Yes,
What were your thoughts?
it's comparable to ChatGPT. It does the exact same thing as ChatGPT.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's free.
Nothing about it seemed more advanced than ChatGPT. Nothing about it seemed more intuitive. That's some of the things I heard. That it was almost like it was human-like.
Well, no, it's not particularly better. It responds to what I'm saying about the same as how ChatGPT would, but I think the responses are
Okay.
slightly more fluid in their understanding of context, ever so slightly, not like a huge amount. But whenever I was using it, I asked them about specific genetic estimates because I was doing genetic studies, and it admitted something that ChatGPT wouldn't have admitted, and it learned from how I was trying to tell it to think, and it still expounded upon the prerequisite claim that was ingrained in its hardware to be a certain ideological skew, but it did so in a way that made more sense than when ChatGPT does it. ChatGPT just contradicts itself and just says I'm not contradicting myself. This
Yeah.
one still kind of does that a little bit, but like not anywhere near as egregiously. It says that my conclusion is correct by like analyzing what I'm saying, and then it repeats its original statement.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, when you talk with ChatGPT about leftist subjects, I also had like questions about genes. It also contradicts itself because it just doesn't want to admit certain things. It just want to protect certain points. I think that's too. I think I can't say what they were. Maybe it's too extreme to say on YouTube. So yeah, I think
Well,
Mindred knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No worries. I was talking about very similar stuff.
Yeah.
The question is, what does this do to America's AI market, especially since this was announced right after Project Stargate comes out, and all that hype between a $500 billion investment to make the
Well,
U.S. the AI capital. Go ahead,
NVIDIA's going to be playing catch up. Like
big
Stargate's going to
time.
be playing catch up. They're going to be taking this technology and integrating it into their current system and expounding upon it, like basically creating a new algorithmic reset. And then they're going to try to tailor their hardware to be efficient in this model. And we don't know how that's going to look, and we don't know how they're going to customize it to differentiate it from the Chinese, so as to prevent getting something unexpected to happen to them. I mean, I'm not an expert in this field, but I do think that it's dangerous.
Holy shit, guys! We created Skynet,
It's so
and
over.
it started in China.
Of course, the bug people would do it. Sorry.
No, but it is something though, man. That was really unexpected for the Chinese to leapfrog us in AI. However, I'm wondering if this is something that we just kind of ignored. You know, because look how much we talk about how China literally is catering their society to be more scientific, to go towards STEM. Like there was a video I saw a few years ago of like this 5-year-old Chinese kid, and he was like processing calculus at an extremely stupid rate at like 5 years old. I was like, holy shit, how do we compete against this? You know?
Yeah.
And there was a video. And listen, I'm gonna premise it with this. Okay, this guy was an actual general in the military, and you're gonna cringe at who he was interviewed by, but he was interviewed by Candace Owens, and he talked about how China was actually ahead of the United States in terms of like creating their own version of a space force, and that they were already secretly working on quantum computers like 5 years before we even started theorizing about it, and that they were already secretly working on quantum computing. So I'm wondering if that helped them at all to leapfrog us in AI.
I don't know. Hard to say.
But it's fascinating shit, though. You know, if you pay attention to the market, you get to buy the dip.
Yo, you
Made
know
some
what
money on
else?
Nvidia.
So it's only tangentially associated with this, but did you hear that that COVID was speculated by the CIA now to be a lab leak?
Careful, we are on YouTube.
No, the CIA admitted it. We can say this now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the CIA literally said, "We think that it's a lab leak. We have low certainty, but this is our believed origin of it."
It only took them all this fucking time.
Yeah, they
Wow,
finally admitted it.
about fucking time.
Wow, it took this fucking long, dude.
Well, better late than never, I suppose. That's why they get paid the big bucks, guys.
Hmm.
I guess. I can't find this PF video, man.
That's why they get paid the big bucks. Pumpkin, what are your thoughts on ChatGPT versus the AI,
Um, they created
DeepSeek AI?
they've created a better product and it's for free. Now the long-term ramifications of it that they might have just
Mhm.
created fucking Skynet, we'll see. But until then, they created a better product.
Will this unleash a new age of Chinese supremacy?
No, no, I do not think so. I don't think they can supremacy in what regard?
I mean, like, I guess technology.
No. ChatGPT does the same exact thing. It's just you have to pay.
Just that this is free and cheaper.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but
And apparently less expensive to maintain since they made it with much cheaper semiconductors.
really, they made it with cheaper semiconductors.
With older versions of semiconductors at that. Yeah, outdated NVIDIA semiconductors.
That's okay. Shit.
Well, I will say this, man. We can say what they want, but we can say what we want about their economy. We can say what we want about certain aspects of their culture, but they do gear their population towards science and technology.
Of course they do. Yeah.
They do engineer their society towards that, and I think, regardless of what happens in their economy, we will see that blossom within their culture. That will eventually have a compounding effect, and we'll be able to see it. Actually, we
Yeah.
might already start to see it now.
We need it to blossom within ours. We need us to
Huh.
we need us to start doing that.
But then we have to start engineering society.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think there needs to be more state control over how society operates.
Imagine if Rome never fell.
Oh boy.
We'd be colonizing Jupiter.
You think so?
Oh, there's no use case for colonizing Jupiter. Maybe the asteroid belt.
No, I mean, not the actual gas giant, but probably around, like, somewhere around its moons. Maybe have some mining bases. Definitely, I think we'd colonize Titan near Saturn.
Yeah, that could be useful.
Yeah. Imagine if.
No, which one is it? Is it Titan or Europa that has the ocean in it?
That would be Titan, I believe.
Okay.
Because if Rome never fell, never splintered, never faltered, the West would have been completely engulfed into one empire. They would have industrialized. They probably would have moved away from slave labor, like most industrialized societies do. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
They would have found and conquered the New World.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there, and there never would have been any stigma around genetic engineering like there is now because of World War II. So
Yeah, yeah. None of the world wars would have happened.
yeah,
Rome falling pretty much brought about the Dark Ages. Yeah,
yeah,
that's been wild.
Weren't they almost on the verge of discovering the steam engine too?
They were.
Like, they were nearly on the verge of finding. Can you imagine if we had steam power 1,500 years before it became prevalent in the 19th century?
That'd have been
Yeah,
that'd have been wild.
we would have been cooking with gasoline, but no, Now we're like only at this point. It sucks.
I mean, we did
Huh.
alright.
Yeah, but like it just took us this long. That's the only issue. Like if they had actually like kicked off, then there's so many ways like ideologically society would have operated so much better. I
It would
just
have,
think
yeah.
yeah, it's just we have no social cohesion because of World War II, because of these cultural differences between Western identities. It's all fucking us. It wouldn't have fucked us nearly as hard.
Jesus Christ. Never underestimate the Asian brain. They are the Vulcans of Earth. Oh my god, bro.
I mean, you know what, dude? That's not a bad comparison, actually.
That's not. That's not.
There's a reason
Oh,
why if you see certain sci-fi shows or movies, whenever they have the languages going over intercoms, it's English and Chinese, as if those. And I can believe that going into the future, those will be the two competing forces going into the stars.
yeah,
You
English
know,
and Chinese. Yeah.
maybe Star Trek was like low key aware of the comparison, and that's why they designed them that way.
Could be, could be. Or would the Chinese be closer to instead to Romulans, and the Japanese would be the Vulcans?
Yeah, it's viable as well, I guess.
So, do you think that it's more likely that the world would be unified, or do you think it'd be more like? Do you think it'd be more like 40K, or do you think it would be more like gay space communism, like Star Trek?
I think it'd be I think it's kind of that's a very big question, Bumpkin. I got to really think about that one. But if I had to say, it probably would
He
have
said
been
gay space communism.
it probably would have been a lot more similar to 40K because we still do have a limitation over non-renewable resources on the planet, and whenever you have that inevitable scarcity, you're going to have groups that can have and groups that cannot have, and you're going to gear towards the creation of maximum novelty of technology, which is going to be something very similar to what we have now, where the third world mines the resources and the first world benefits from the resources that are being mined and gives them enough to keep surviving. And that's exactly what would have happened under the Roman Empire as well. It's inevitable.
Okay, so probably not gonna have like union of the union of the world, and we're gonna go off and venture and just to find out more information. It's like we're probably gonna find another extraterrestrial threat and then unify and conquer the shit out of it. It makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever
We
you
need
have
to not come across any extraterrestrials until we're well out of our solar system. Honestly,
I
if we
feel
come
like
across extraterrestrials in our solar system, we're gonna get bodied pretty badly.
the
Think
likelihood of
so?
us coming across them in our own solar system is almost like completely none.
Yeah.
If we did, yeah, we're losing the fuck out of that fight. Honestly,
You think so?
no, I'm dead serious. We're losing. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
Well,
lose
it
the fuck
depends
out
on
of
what
that
they
fight.
are, bro. It depends on what they are, right? It's like if we're talking about ET, I think we're bodying ET, right?
well, the problem is, Pumpkin, if they come to our solar system from a different solar
Oh
system,
yeah, we're getting bodied. Yeah, we're
yeah,
getting
we're
bodied.
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means
They're
they're way more
gonna.
advanced than we are.
Yeah. They're going to death beam us and like heart attack ray us from like 300 yards out where it's over.
And we already know that there's no other like intelligent life forms that evolved within our own solar system because we know the chemical composition of all of our planets, and this is the only one that is capable of sustaining life. Therefore, if there is life in the solar system other than us, it came here from another solar system. Therefore, we wouldn't want to fucking tango with that. We would want to stay clear of that.
Bob, as the ultra religious one here, what's your thoughts on extraterrestrial life?
I think that is definitely possible. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be. I think that God may have created other creatures on other planets. I mean, uh, yeah, I don't see, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't.
Okay.
because we are not the first humans. Basically, there are multiple Israels that God has created, and it could be that we are the second era that He created. It could be that we are the thousandth era that He created. Yeah, we don't
The,
know.
so what you're saying is there's an intergalactic Israel. We're all we're all underneath
I
the
knew it.
universal Israel.
I knew it. There was no hope of victory. I knew it. They truly are
Yeah.
God's chosen.
No,
I
I mean
think
it's basically that for us it's called Israel, but it could be that he has another kingdom or something like that. I mean, he's the God of the universe, you know. He's the God of everything. So I don't see a reason why he wouldn't.
right. I'm just saying this right now. If I look up one day and I see a giant Star of David flying towards me, I'm capping myself.
Yeah, same.
I'm capping myself.
All right, is that your final capitulation?
We're cooked.
That would be my final capitulation. Yep, I'm done. I'm done.
You're like,
Hey,
I refuse to live in this world.
I refuse. I refuse. A giant
Oh,
Star of David
Despian,
flying at my house or residence. Nah, I'm done.
and
Yep.
it's got space lasers.
And it's got space lasers. We're done.
Oh no no no.
I give off. Oh man.
Wouldn't you do the same, Jay? Wouldn't you do the same, Jay?
Man, I mean, I might be able to deal with it as long as I don't have to deal with Briss. You know, I don't want to be part of that.
Bricks?
You know, Briss.
Part of Brisk. Ugh.
You know, as long as I don't have to be part of Briss, I might be able to survive
Wouldn't that be
all that other shit.
crazy? Like there are race-varying like species, but they still like barbarically do that. That would be wild to me.
And
That would
then
make
what
it
if they
so
really are like the
crazy.
gene stealers and they just kind of morph into other species of aliens and they do their own version of alien Briss like with those species as well. And it's like that's how they get the life force so they can travel from planet to planet.
Honestly, though, hold up. I wouldn't initially cap myself because I'd want to see what they look like.
No, Bunkin wants him an alien body. Okay, I
I'd
see
want to
you.
see what they look like. What
I
if a
see you.
giant Star of David landed outside your house and they got out and they were black? How are we
Oh,
gonna
okay.
Are we
explain
are we,
that one?
are we talking like Jet?
They're basically just like straight up black Hebrew Israelites.
Okay, then Yakub. That's how I would explain it. I would just say like white
You
people are
could
killing.
wow. Yeah. You wouldn't follow Lord EQ?
I would follow Lord Yakub if it came down to it.
Yeah, you wouldn't follow Lord EQ. Lord EQ created you. He wanted you to win.
Like imagine
Pumpkin.
Imagine it being a reality. I'd be like, I am Yakub, the
Yeah,
greatest
well,
soldier. That's crazy. That's crazy.
he fighting for Lord EQ.
Yeah.
Oh
Yakub's the
man.
greatest soldier, bro. But
Oh man, that'd be wild.
until that day happens, I highly suggest all of my audience and everyone on the panel to read The Culture of Critique by Kevin McDonald. It's a great book. It's more informational than anything. It is kind of a dry read. It's like reading it reads how a documentary is watched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is a great book. Very informational.
I would also suggest everyone to go read Gottfried Feder. Everyone needs to go
Okay.
read Feder.
Just don't look at the cover. So, Jay, do you have any topics to give to the panel?
Oh, DeepSeek wasn't enough. Okay, I got you. All right.
Yes.
Well,
What's your opinion on Trump?
I mean, so I actually had somebody texting me on X. Actually, they were DMing me because they wanted me to do a show on Trump and how, without admitting it or without saying anything, he's actually fulfilling some of the core tenets of Project 2025. Now, I have not read Project 2025. It's a 900-page document. I mean, if anyone here has read it, I would love to get your take on it. But
Yeah, Zach, you've read it, right? Why don't you pop up, Zach?
apparently, so far the executive orders that he's taken, especially the big ones that have gone through, are core tenets of Project 2025. So people are saying, well, see, look, he said wasn't part of Project 2025, but he's fulfilling the tenets of Project 2025. Clearly, it's his agenda.
The thing
And
about
I'm sure that there's overlap.
there is overlap.
I'm sure that there's overlap, but he's still following Agenda 47. So I imagine that there will be overlap, and I think people already understood that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Trump is going to end Social Security, guys. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, that's fine so long as it's majorly reformed.
I think there could be use for some reform for sure, but I don't think it's completely going away.
Now, well, the income tax—that's what we need.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that
oh
shit.
God.
Oh boy.
But that's probably not going to happen, though. For being honest with ourselves.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was surprised with the immigration policies. Those initial ones, I was very surprised. His first presidency was very lackluster with him actually doing stuff. But I think we can safely say at this point that that is just because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing the first time around, and he surrounded himself with rhinos.
But how much can outside of the first year? Because I do believe we're going to see the most. He's going to be his most fast and furious in his first year, his first 365 days. And outside of that, do we expect him to push too much more through? I mean, he might have a total of 18 months where he can push as much possible if he really squeezes it. Because if we're going to, what it looks like is that he's going to lose the House, and he's not going to be able to push too much through his last 2 years.
Well, he propositioned a change to the amendments that would allow him to run for a third term, and therefore he would want to impress the United States public as much as he possibly can. So yeah, I do think he's going to keep trying to go.
He didn't do that. There was a random congressman who did that. It wasn't him who proposed
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
If that goes through, I think that's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I know. It's 100% a double-edged sword.
Because
I mean, do we want to see a third Trump term? I mean, we don't even know how the second term is going to look.
Yeah.
Would we want that? I mean, his first term wasn't bad. My bad. Go ahead.
But also, that would allow previous presidents that held 2 terms to run again.
Yeah.
So what? Obama for a third term?
Obama for the 3rd term.
Maybe.
I don't think Obama would win though. I think
me neither. Plus, there's too much shit out on him and his family. No. But outside of that, what is Hillary going to try again? The Bush is too fucking old. Hillary might try again.
It's not only that she's old. Hillary is a very evil rat. She shouldn't even, If anyone who votes for Hillary should go to jail.
It would give Kamala unlimited tries to fail, which would be endlessly hilarious.
Honestly, it's the same for Kamala, because if you vote for Kamala, you basically admit that you're stupid, because she literally went to every single state and have a conference and say the opposite opinion in every single state just to get as many voters as possible. That's what kind of a rat she is. Kamala, all these people, man.
Yeah, but as far as former go ahead, my fault.
So, I mean, I think that women shouldn't even be allowed to be presidents, because women are not leaders.
So as far as the previous presidents who could run for a third term, outside of Obama, who else would you be worried about? Everybody else is too old. They've been retired for too long to have the energy to do this anymore. Who's really left?
They are going to be wiser, I guess. An old person.
Yeah, but they're not going to have the energy, though. I mean, look at Trump. We already commented on how Trump looks tired all the time.
You think
he just got in.
I
mean, people have been. I mean, I do notice it though. His energy has been different. in this campaign run. And
I mean,
the presidency is not a job where people end up looking looking like they have more vitality at the end of it. So it just isn't.
I mean, Trump, in my opinion, if you like look at videos where he was way younger than he now, he always kind of looks tired. He always looks very chill and tired. So I don't know. He sure is more tired because he's older, but I don't think it is like tired in a way that he is not viable to be president. I think that yeah,
I don't think that's the case either.
More of a Biden thing, definitely.
yeah.
Oh, Biden for sure. I mean, hey guys, Biden could run for a second and third term.
Oh my god.
Icky.
I mean, did you guys ever see the projections, like the Biden team internal projections of what happened if he would have run against Trump?
It probably would have been like considerably worse.
It would have been Trump would have gotten just over 400 electoral votes. The map was damn near completely red. Like Biden would have lost Vermont, he would have lost nearly all of New England, Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. He would have lost New York. He would have lost basically all the four corner states.
Bro, the Democrats are fucking cooked. I don't know how they're coming back from this.
So do we think they're going to take the House then, in midterms?
I think we're gonna get the House.
Really? Wait a second. You actually think that the Democrats are cooked?
Yeah, I think that they're pretty cooked for at least the next 4 years. Absolutely.
I mean,
Well, they're
more cooked.
at the very least they're in
mean,
retreat.
in my opinion, they're more cooked. I mean, I don't know that much, obviously, about America, but I still think that there are too many retarded people in America. So I think that Democrats in America are going to mess it up.
We can see how much each party grows and shrinks maybe in like a few months from now, and we can determine how cooked they are. But it's gotten a little drastic from what I've seen for them right now. They're being pressed really hard.
Definitely, that's for sure. But you have to remember that LGBTQ and all those kind of groups are very much growing all around the world, and those people are never going to vote for Trump. They're always going to vote, first of all, for especially women for some reason, because feminine or something like that, blacks, and people who are very leftist and emotional, and Kamala fits all those.
Well, we can only hope that through our reversal of certain dietary standards, through, say, what's another example? Through an ideological shift, and through policies that scare people out of ever being this identity, we can therefore shrink the globo homo to such a degree to where the United States is free of their cancerous influence for a while, maybe.
Yes, I really, really hope so. And I think that the education system is the key, because our children are the future. Our children are the future. If our children are retarded, then the world is cooked. I mean, humanity is cooked. So I really hope that Trump is going to take action in the education system, because let's be honest, education in America is a gigantic problem. When I speak to younger American people, I just get shocked, by certain things that, at that age you should know. And I really hope that he's going to change the education system and make it harder and force children, honestly, more to go to school.
All right, boys, here's some first-hand look at some ICE raids in Chicago.
Tonight, President Trump's promised
Let's
crackdown
hear
on
it.
illegal immigration is underway. We get a first-hand look in Chicago, riding along with ICE agents at dawn.
We are putting more resources towards enforcement now.
The first stop, an apartment complex. No one answered the door. They're not allowed to go inside, so we're moving on. It can take a team of federal officers hours to make one arrest.
I think on this team we're close to 10.
Close to 10.
Yeah.
Just going after one suspect. That's a lot of manpower.
It is.
We're now heading to the northwest part of the city. Yesterday, they couldn't find one particular 25-year-old from Mexico with a lengthy criminal history. But this morning, a surveillance team has just seen him at work. When we arrive at a tire shop, 25-year-old Christopher Lara is arrested outside. ICE says he has a criminal record, including home invasion and aggravated battery. Agents lead the way in handcuffs. A resident here telling us he supports President Trump's deportations.
I don't mind an immigrant, but if they're breaking our laws, they don't need to be here.
A senior administration official tells NBC News ICE arrested nearly 1,200 undocumented immigrants on Sunday, some wanted for assault and armed robbery, but adding only about half had prior criminal records, in addition to being in the country illegally. Do you expect collateral arrests in these operations?
Yeah, I definitely expect it to happen. I mean, we have the laws on the books and our officers are out there.
Overnight, the president's mass deportation plan leading to a showdown with Colombia, after that country's president abruptly turned away 2 U.S. military aircraft with deportees, saying a migrant is not a criminal and should be treated with the dignity a human being deserves. Trump quickly threatening the country with a 25% tariff on all Colombian goods. The country's president backed down, according to the White House, agreeing to all of President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of migrants. Back near Chicago, this woman is devastated because her father was arrested this morning.
Pumpkin, was that you?
So sad. This is so sad. Woo-hoo.
Pumpkin, is that you with the beat?
With the what?
It breaks my heart.
The beanie.
She
Is that you with the beat?
said. An ICE processing
Shut
center.
up.
There's Christopher Lara,
So is that you with the
who we
beat?
saw arrested earlier.
No.
He denies the charges against him.
I went to school my whole life here, from preschool all the way to my senior year.
Facing possible deportation to Mexico, he also says he'd leave behind a 5-year-old daughter.
He does have serious charges and
And when we end birthright citizenship, she's going back too.
convictions. So
Yup.
I
You know that's not how it works, right?
And that's unfortunate, but we still have a job to do, and we still have to follow the law.
And Gabe, just moments ago, President Trump spoke about that showdown with Colombia.
Yes, Lester, in a speech to House Republicans just now, he suggested that he'd continue to use that tariff threat to try and get countries to take back.
And they will capitulate every single time.
You understand that's not how it works, right?
That's not how birthright citizenship works.
No, that's not how the revoking works. It's not retroactive.
Okay, so it's just going forward. Any of them that are born.
Correct.
from here on?
Correct. If you're here, yeah, well, yeah, but even constitutionally, you can't revoke citizenship. The only thing they can do is prevent citizenship from here on.
Damn, we need to like.
And even
fix
and that's well, there's no fixing that. That's constitutional. You'd have to have it amended.
Yeah, we need to
and
amend
that-
the Constitution.
That's not gonna happen, dude. Let's not get autistic about it.
Yeah, true. But like, still, I wish it would.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I heard that they still have to go through the courts. There's a Seattle judge that blocked it, so it's gonna end up going to the Supreme Court, and they're gonna have to rule on Section 1 of the 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
What is it? Under the jurisdiction thereof. So now they're gonna have to define it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna happen, or what's gonna happen with that. Because I don't even think that they've convened to and sent it to the Supreme Court yet. I don't know if Trump's team has appealed it.
I imagine they're going to. They're probably just trying to bide some time for it. Because that's a big legal defense, dude.
And plus, I don't know if there's ever been a precedent for a president using an executive order to amend an amendment.
Yeah. It's the first time. I'm pretty sure this is the first time.
I've never heard of anything anything like that. No one in the news has put anything out that's even similar to it in history. So this is definitely uncharted territories. But do we really want though that kind of precedent to be set? That a president can use EO just to change up an amendment at will? 'Cause it's supposed to be very hard to do that for a reason.
I don't know. I mean, in this case, it serves a utility, but in future presidencies, Yeah, you're probably right. It probably wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, because it can get very extreme very quickly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so long as it's not liberals doing it. Well,
Well,
But it will be though.
Jesus Christ.
But it would be though. Eventually, it would be. That's the problem.
yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but the autistic idea that America's gonna stop all forms of democracy is just not gonna happen, bro.
I can only hope, bruh. I can only hope.
Don't we love democracy? Democracy is our strength.
I hate democracy.
Yep.
Oh,
But the Constitution loves democracy.
Yep.
That, sir, that sounds like it's against the Constitution.
I do
It's a
not.
good thing that you didn't forget there was one in the chamber.
There wasn't one in the chamber.
I said it's a good thing you didn't forget the one in the chamber.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I always cog it before I put it to my head, bro.
Otherwise, that would have been a very traumatic experience. And your highest rated stream yet.
You guys all have been like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god.
I'd be like, oh, geez,
Bro,
what
that mean-
happened to the pumpkin? Lol.
That's
Yo, I would know that
crazy.
shit. You know what? I would try to track him down as quickly as possible and like be like, yo, shit. All that equipment right there is up for grabs. Take a fucking quick flight out there as quickly as possible.
History
You know,
has
scoop
been
that shit up. Scoop that shit up, clean it off. I mean, that's a quick come up right there. Like, anywho, Bumpkin.
Anywho, what's up, buddy?
So, what are your thoughts about which executive order are you most excited for? Or which executive order do you think has the biggest chance of sticking and having the biggest impact? I should say.
Let me pull these up again real fast. We read through them. I don't know if you saw the
That's sticking and making the biggest impact.
Oh, that's gonna have the biggest impact, bro.
And sticking.
Probably his energy and environment ones are gonna have the biggest impact, and they're gonna stick.
Yeah.
Withdraw
Drill,
the
baby,
United
drill.
States. Withdraw the United States from the Paris Agreement. Roll back energy efficiency regulations. Open the Alaska wilderness to more oil and gas drilling. Yeah.
I really hope you're wrong about that. That's like the worst thing.
I mean, that's what's gonna stick, bro.
No.
I gotta be realistic with this shit, man. I gotta be realistic. I think withdrawing from the World Health Organization is definitely gonna stick, hopefully. Because the WHO is terrible.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you guys think about what Trump said to the World Economic Forum when he said, "Just bring your bring your businesses here to the United States and produce them here, and you'll get a low tariff, 15%, lowest in the world, and you'll have to get their products here." And if you couple that with his first speech when he signed his executive orders, that he said there's a lot of companies that are going to be here, going to be produced here, and they're going to have to bring a lot of people in to cover these jobs. What do you think that could all amount to?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's intended. I don't think they're going to. I don't think the World Economic Forum is. I don't think they're going to bring their companies into the U.S.
15% corporate tax, lowest in the world.
They really like where they're sitting right now, though.
It's the lowest tax in the world. It's a lot of money to save.
That's fair.
That would be the lowest in the world. That would be the lowest in the world by a fucking long shot. I don't know, man. Listen, I know you guys thought that. I don't want to debate on it. I really don't. I just think Trump's gonna give you one one bird in the hand to take the other from the bush. So you're going to get legal immigration taken away, but you're going to be given the legal one all the same.
Yeah, immigration in any retrospect is terrible, but what can
Yep.
you do? You can take the W's when you take the W's.
Take profit.
You can take the W's when you need to take W's, I guess. Is he a step in the right direction? Yes. Is he faking again? Israel? Yes. Is he faking gay with legal immigration? Yes. But the reality of the situation is that's the system we work with. What else can you do?
Well, I mean, you can take profit.
We're gonna have to fix it.
What do you mean by
We're gonna have
take
to wait.
profit?
Whenever the companies go up in value, just take profit. You reinvest it.
Yeah. Sorry, maybe I'm just like confused on what you're saying. Are you saying that the federal government should take profit from megacorps and reinvest it into the nation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
That's what they're going to do. What do you think they're going to do with those tariffs? What do you think they're going to do with those tariffs? What do you think the point of those tariffs will be? Him wanting to bring those companies into the country. Why else would you want to incentivize them with a 15% tariff or a 15% corporate tax, lowest in the world?
Right, but that would
He go ahead, because I want to bring another point up. He even said, he even mentioned it when he lowered the corporate gains, the corporate gains tax down to 21% back when he was in his first term. That there were hundreds of billions of dollars that American companies who were stashing in overseas came pouring in because he lowered the corporate tax rate. I mean, a lot more money flowed in. We felt it. Shit, inflation was good. Commodities were low. We felt that positively, actually.
But most of the time, it's very rare that even happens. Though most of the time, they just stash more money. That's what happened under Reaganomics.
I'm just going off what we felt in recent history. And we did. We experienced. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys were old enough. If you guys were working by that point. I mean, I'm assuming you.
I was.
Yeah, I'm assuming at least some of you were working already. Bob, I'm pretty sure you were. You sound like you're old enough that you were working already. Bob. Bob sounds like he's at least in his 40s.
What?
Oh, never mind.
I'm 18, man.
Oh, damn. Wow, that Scandinavian voice made you sound like you were 47, my guy. Holy
Bruh.
shit.
They're ready
Yeah,
for
bro,
war
sounds
at like
decrepit.
16. So
You said the other one's 16? Damn, bro, you're 16? Up top?
I'm not 16. No. I'm 25.
Okay, alright. But he said 16. I was like, holy shit.
How old are you?
I turned 34 in 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Oh wow, man. So what kind of a job do you have, brother?
I work in logistics.
Logistics. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
Yeah.
man.
I have an office, I have a desk. The whole nine. A lot of dock work. I mean, not like dock work, like backbreaking dock work, but you gotta be there for the docks, inspect shit. And make sure that, equipment and parts are in good order.
Yeah.
I make sure the parts are fully supplied for the machines that make your everyday goods.
Okay. Sounds like extremely boring. Am I wrong?
It can be, but I understand. You know what I've noticed in life is that usually the boring things are either the important things or the critical things.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Because just imagine, I will tell you this: there's a lot of household products that if those machines were not working properly, you would not see stocked in shelves properly in stores that you probably use every day.
Yeah, man. That is true. So does it compensate by a good pay?
I would say so, especially for, I mean, shit, we just got a 3% pay raise this year. Start off 2025.
Nice. That's
I mean,
nice.
we weren't expecting that one because we didn't think we were going to get it because they gave us a 4% last year.
Yeah.
But I guess, they're trying to keep up with inflation. So, I mean, I'm not rich by any standard, but I can tell you right now, for where I'm at in life, I do pretty well for myself. And I invest quite a bit. Like I may get a point. I've maxed out my IRA. I'm going to be maxing out my 401k this year. I might start an HSA next year. Hey man, you just gotta build that nest egg up, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, what's you? Let me ask. In the Netherlands, let me ask you this, bro. You're 18 years old, right? Do you guys
yeah,
have you have your own form? You're in the Netherlands, right? Netherlands or Denmark?
yeah.
Which one is it?
No, no, no.
Netherlands.
Denmark. Why would I be in Denmark?
I wasn't sure if you said Netherlands or Denmark. I'm sorry.
No, 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 Netherlands.
Okay. Do you guys have your own version of a 401k or for your jobs or like a personal or IRA account?
401k. What is that?
401k, like retirement.
Yeah,
Retirement?
your jobs offer you retirement accounts because you're 18 years
Uh,
old. You're entering the workforce by this point. Or you're already in the workforce.
yeah. So it's not the company. It's like the government that you basically pay taxes while you're working, and those taxes get like is for retirement. But most people die before they can retire in the Netherlands, or they'll like retire and after 1 year they die because it's like I think it was like more than 70 years. Then after 70 years of age, you're allowed to retire. So
What the
yeah, your life is pretty much just working until you're dead. But that's why I intentionally chose to be a farmer because that is never boring. It's a beautiful work, going back to the roots and enjoying life.
I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool as shit. It's great, dude. You're being a farmer, so you're taking care of your own business. I like I said, I don't know how the laws are there or what the rules are there, but hey, man, if you get the chance and you're making money, I would suggest you get into whatever your version of an IRA is. Start contributing now, bro. You start contributing for retirement at 18. Oh my god! By the time you hit my age, you'll be in such great shape.
I mean, I,
Uh,
I I don't even really think that I'll stay in the Netherlands. I'm not going to work until I'm dead. I'm not like retarded. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do
you,
is
you
I'm just going to study here and I'm going to like get because I'm very young. I don't have that much experience with like unique machines. I'm just going to work here for like a few years, get a ton of experience on special machines, and like go to Dubai because they
there you
need
go.
farmers. They need farmers badly, and especially farmers that have experience with like high tech agriculture stuff. And my father, he has all kinds of connections in Dubai, and they really seek farmers. So I'm just gonna go there, make a ton of money, and enjoy life.
Are you gonna retire outside of your country?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not going. I'm not going even going to retire. I'm just gonna die before I retire. Probably. I'm not gonna work until I'm dead.
Pumpkin, have you ever thought about where you're gonna retire?
Hopefully, I'm drone strike by then.
You want to be drone struck? Okay, all right, all right. I mean, that's cool. It's whatever. What about you, mine, Ben?
Um, I'm already retired. I make passive income, and my passive income is enough to survive. And I'm going to continue expanding upon it by investing into dividend stocks, particularly like Vanguard, high risk Vanguard funds, and then I'm going to become very rich. And then while everybody else is working, like little worker ants, every like these little drones, I'm going to actually have money, and I'm going to raise my kids in a way that's actually involved. Okay, and people are going to be jealous of me, and I want to create that.
Okay, all right. Retired at
Hey guys,
25.
I think that's the stream.
I'll take it.
Bro,
Thank
is
you
this
everyone for
gonna
coming
be?
up. I think okay, but for real, right? For real, this is not the usual content. This Friday will be the Blood Sports stream. Bob, I want you there. Jay, I want you there. Mindred, I want you there. Um, it's Blood Sports. There's 10 topics. I'm probably gonna throw Trump in there. I'm probably gonna reuse some of the more heavy hitting topics that we've used in the past, just because it gets people pretty lit and it makes the stream extremely cursed. At the end of the stream, whoever wins the popular vote gets $20 via Cash App. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Yippee! All right, boys. Talk to you.
May the Lord bless y'all.
Thank you, everyone. Peace.